It don't matter. Layashala, which means to Israel. Imadium, which means to stand. Opanyakodum, which means turn and face the east. Sar, the east is this way if you're in class. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shema Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malabaka, Daba'a, Ratazah, Kahaya, Aisha, Baharatazah, Haya, Bashamayim, Nadalanawa, Lakam, Kau, Yawan, Wasalakanawa, Kawawapnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawapinawa, Wala'a, Dabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kayala, Ka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, Abalamim, Aman, in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh, Baba Kasha, Nathanawa, Hakak, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak, La Hakwiyam, Hamatyam, Hakak, Al-Wakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shan, Ba'ashim Yahweh, the Wada Aman, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, the water. Amen. The prayer to bless Israel, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh, Barak Lanawa, Wayah Sha'alam, Waha, Wayah Saparim, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, by Shem Yahweh, the water Aman. What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharia, Ma'ayanya, Ba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemaya, Waharataza, Al Yadala, Mawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala, Ayanawam, Wala'aya, Yashan, Shabamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamnika, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawaka, Ma'ida, Wa'ai, Awalam, Aman. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al damayalacha, al the karash, al the shakwat, al kayahana, al yabika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanaka, Nashawa, Rash, al Amaka, Yariyampa, Sawad, Wayataya Tazawa, al Tazap Pawanyaka, or Mawa, Lahawa, and Hakita, Magoya, Walaya Zakar, Sham Yashala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Tazawa. Lab Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Baryaf, Yakharafwa, Ahoya, Harawam, Bayashmaoyim, Wawaba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Waimawan, Wamalak, Palashap, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawai, Mam, Hayawa, Zawawai, Labanilawat, Salai, Shah, Salakia. Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadium, Kasayasa, Kayabia, Manahal, Koyashwan, Beshamabwa, Bayanda Ra, Hayawa, Dama, Na Dama, Shayatama, Na Diama, Wakai Rab, Wakazaba, Wakazaba, Wakatazamana, Kal Nasaya Kamba, Ashar, Amawa, Naya Rashala, Nawa Up, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatama, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Tebaira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Dalahap, Haryam Khan, Daradapma, Masaraka, Wabasawapaka, Tabahalom, Malaa, Panyaham, Polawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaawa, Idi, Waya Kaparawa, Waya Badwa, Waya Daiwa, Haya, Dash, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al, Yawan, Al, Kalha, Rataza, Man. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarims, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Ammona, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. The prayer of the blessings of the power structure. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka'ala, Wa Lahayim, Matazabia, Alawap Yahanna, Halawapim, Hasaranyim, Hakatazayanyim, Hakayayim, Wa Wakim, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Ishabia, which means to be seated. All right. I think this is in my face, so I'm going to move this out the way, off to the side. That's covering up my view. All right, get a Lord in hand, clap it up. All right, so this is another Sabbath service. And the reason why the time is altered is because we'll be traveling down to Iowa tomorrow, doing passing out food and clothes to the needy, to the poor. You understand? Passing out food and clothes to the needy and the poor. You know what I mean? The Lord said, you know, we got to look out for the poor. We got to look out for those who are in need. You understand? Unlike America, unlike Donald Trump, he wants to, you know, America wants to lock you up if you're poor. America will lock you up if you're poor. You'll go to jail if you're homeless. In America, y'all didn't know that? Yeah, America will lock you up for being poor. So lock you up. Absolutely will. But we'll be down there in Iowa tomorrow with Kakumga Bar down there in Iowa. You know what I mean? One of my brothers. So we'll be traveling early in the morning. Like I said, we'll be down in Iowa. If you in Iowa happen to go past this, you know, check out the flyers on the page. Like I said, we'll be passing out clothes and donations in Chile tomorrow down there in Iowa. You know what I mean? So get a Lord a hand for that. So we're going to pick up where we left off last week. We're in Leviticus, the 27th chapter, in the 8th verse. All right. Well, my rabak. So like my rock. Well, I yadwa lapanya hakahan. Well, I aryak. Atawa hakahan al paya ashar Dashayag, Yad, Hana, Dar, Ya'ai, Raknawa, Hakahan. Verse 9. Wa'am, Bahama, Ashar, Yaquar, Yabwa, Mamana, Koraban, La Yahweh, Ka, Ashar, Yadan, Mamanawa, La Yahweh, Ya, Kodash. Verse 10. La'a, Yaha, Yapanwa, Wala'a, Yar, Dawa, Tawab, Barai, Awa, Rai, Batawab, Wa'am, Hamar, Yar, Bahama, Baba Hama, Wahaya, Salaki, Hawa'a, Wata, Wadam, Wafwa, Ya, Kodash. Verse 11. Wa'am, Kal, Bahama, Tama'a, Ashar, La'a, Yakor, Yabwa, Mamana, Koraban, La Yahweh, Waha, Anyad, At, Haba, Hama, Lapanya, Hakahan. Verse 12. Waha, Yad, Yak, Hakahan, Ata, Bayan, Tawab, Wabayan, Rai, Ka'ai, Rabak, Hakahan, Khan, Ya. Verse 13. Wa'am, Ga'al, Yagal, Yaga'alna, Wayasap, Hamash, it's like Yashathwa, Al, Arakak. Verse 14. It's the last verse. Yash, Kaya, Kodash, Bayathwa, Kodash, La Yahweh, Wahai, Rakwa, Hakahan, Bayan, Tawab, Wabayan, Rai, Kashar, Yak, Atwa, Hakahan, Khan, Yakwawam. All right, in the English. Leviticus chapter 27. Oh, 27, yeah, 27 and 8, Salakia. But if he be poorer than thy estimation, then he shall present thyself before the priest, and the priest shall value him. According to his ability, that thou shall priest value him. Verse 9. And if it be a beast, whereof men bring an offering unto the Most High, all that any man giveth of such unto the Most High shall be holy. Verse 10. He shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange thereof shall be holy. Verse 11. And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto the Most High, then he shall present the beast before the priest. Verse 12. And the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as thou valuest it. Who art the priest? So shall it be. Verse 13. But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a fifth part thereof unto thy estimation. Verse 14. And when a man shall sanctify his house to be holy unto the Most High, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad, as the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. All right, matter of fact, let me check I didn't even check the feed on Facebook to make sure we tawab. Let me see. All right, it look like we tawab On Facebook, at least. Let me check YouTube. Look like we too wild on both of them. All right, Most High in Christ. I used to be having to check because sometimes I don't know what be going on with this loud. All right, so we going back to the Hebrew. We're in Leviticus chapter 27, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Well, Hamakodash, Hamakwadyash, Yaga Bayafwa, Wayasap, Ham Yashyath, Kasap, Iraq, Al Yawa, Wahaya, Lawa. Verse 16. Mashada, Ahazatwa, Yakodash, Yakwadyash, Ayash, La Yahweh, Wahya, Iraq, La Paya, Zarai, Salaki, Kamar, Sha'ai, Yaryam, Baha, Mashim, Shakwal, Kasap, verse 17. Mashanath, Hayabal, Yakwad Yash, Shada Hawa, Ka'ai Rakak, Yakwam, verse 18. Achar, Hayabal, Yakwad Yash, Shada Hawa, Waha Shah, Lawa, Hakahan, Hakasa, Al Paya, Hasha. Nayam, Hanawafra, I, Shanab, Hayabal, Wana Garai, Ma'ai Rakak. Verse 19. Ga'al, Yaga'al, Hashadat, Hamakwadat, Hamakwadyash, Atwa, Wayasat, Hamakamashya, Kasap, Irahad, Al Yawa, Wakwam, Lawa. Verse 20. As soon as it opened up, there we go. La'ah yaga'al hashada. Makar hashada la'ayash. Ahar la'ah yaga'al iwad. Last verse, verse 21. Wahaya hashada batazatwa. Baya bal kodash la Yahweh hashada. Hahar haharam la kahan dahaya. Ahazafwa. I think I see the sister. What's going on, sis? Sister Shapala. Yeah, how was Shamala Thaba Shemi Shah? What's going on, sis? I see you tuning in this evening on this Friday. All right. Let's go back to the English. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 15. And if he that sanctified will redeem his house, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation into it, and it shall be his. For those that say that money's not in the Bible, money is in the Bible. Because you got a lot of people who, we're not talking about tithes right here, but you got a lot of people who say that tithing is just fruits and vegetables, and where does it say, tithing about money in the Bible, or even money in the Bible in general? Well, here you see that you would add money to this donation or to this offering to the Most High God. You understand? So money is in the Bible, and you can tithe 10% of your increase because that's a commandment. Whatever your increase may be, a value, you know what I'm saying? So money is definitely in the Bible. I just wanted to point that out real quick. Verse 16. And if a man shall sanctify unto the Most High some part of a field of his possession, then thy estimation shall be according to the seed thereof. And homer of barley seed shall be valued in 50 shekels of silver. Verse 17. If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubilee, according to thy estimation, it shall stand. So the year of Jubilee is when, like, if you was in any type of debt, I believe it's every 50 years. I believe it's somewhere in this chapter or the previous chapter. But in the year of Jubilee, if you had any type of debt, you owed any type of debt in the nation of Israel, all your debt will be wiped clean. So you wouldn't owe anybody. So this is talking about how if you're in debt or you owe a person, you understand how you will be able to pay that person back, or whether you will become a servant to that person, or someone will make an offering for you in order to get you out of debt. You know what I mean? But in a year of Jubilee, those debts will be wiped free. Let's keep going. Verse 18, but if he sanctify his field at the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon unto him the money according to the years that remain, even unto the year of the Jubilee, and it shall be abated from thy estimation. So if I'm not 100% correct on this, so I don't want to speak on it, I would have to ask my camp leader or one of the men above me, but it seems like that all the years that you owe, so you won't lose, the priest will make the difference for that person. You understand? That's how our nation got down. Like we not greedy bastards like our oppressor, like Donald Trump. You understand? You get behind on your taxes, you get a chance to get that property back. The bank's not going to take it from you forever and sell it for cheap and put it back on the market so it can go to so it can be gentrified to some oppressor, and they raise it up 5-10 times the price. That's what our oppressor does. No, we are fair to each other. You understand? We don't screw each other over, add interest to each other. What you owe is what you owe. And that's a very valuable lesson for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, because we learned that greedful lust from our oppressor. I remember being out in the streets and I'm not bragging on my prior life coming into the truth, the man who I used to be, but I just remember how wicked I was when I was in the world, when I used to, participate in the drug trade, so to say, right? You would add interest and tax people who were already poor, you know what I mean, who had a problem, who had an addiction. And if they wanted to come get something on credit, we would tax them more. That's, first off, we don't sell drugs to each other. But I'm just saying, we adopt this wicked behavior from our oppressor. That's American culture, is the point that I'm making, to use your people to put more burden on them when they're poor. You understand? Drug addiction, poor, ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. We gonna charge you 1,000 times interest for a title loan, for a payday loan, or for whatever loan, credit card loans. You're gonna pay interest. We didn't get down like that in the nation of Israel because we're just people before the Most High God, or at least we're supposed to be. That's the direction we're supposed to be going if you're an Israelite. You understand? So yeah, don't be out here trying to tax people interest that owe you money. Somebody borrow $100 from you, they owe you $100. You know what I mean? That's if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Verse 19, and if he that sanctified the field will in any wise redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation into it, and it shall be assured to him. Verse 20, and if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed anymore. Verse 21, but the field, when it goeth out in the Jubilee, shall be holy unto the Most High, as a field devoted. The possession thereof shall be the priest. And Salaki, I've been having this cough for I don't know how many days. I've been trying to get rid of this cough. I've been taking Robitussin, cough drops, NyQuil. I don't feel sick. I just have a irritating feeling in the back of my throat, which just causes me to cough. But I don't feel sick at all. But however, it's annoying. And I'm working to get rid of it as we speak. Salaki. So get a Lord in hand. We're going back to the Hebrew, Leviticus chapter 27, verse 22. Well, Shaddai, Makonafwa, Ashar La'ab, Mashada, Achazafwa, Yaquadyash, La Yahweh. Verse 23. Wakashab, Lawa, Hakahan, Ab, Makasab, Ha'ai, Rakak, I, Shanab, Hayabal, Wanathan, Ab, Ha'ai, Rakan, Bayawam, Hahawa, Kodash, La Yahweh. Verse 24. Bashanah, Hayawabal, Yashawab, Hashadal, Ashar, Quanahawat, Mathwa, La Shar, Lawa, Ahazah, Haratazah. Verse 25. Wakal, Iraq, Ya, Bashakwa, Hakodash, Ishar, Isharanyam, Garat, Ya, Hashakwa. Verse 26. Bakawar, Ashar, Yabakar, La Yahweh, Baba Hama, La Yaquadyash, Ayash, Athwa, Shawur, Shah, La Yahweh, Hawa, verse 27. Wa Baba Hama, Hatama, Wa Pada, Ba'ai, Rakak, Wayasap, Kama Shakwa, Al Yawa, Wa'am, La'ai, Yaga, Al, Wana, Makar, Ba'ai, Rock. Verse 28. Kal, Karam, Ashar, Yahkaram, Ayash, La Yahawa, Makar, Ashar, Lawa, Ma'adam, Wabahama, Wama, Shada, Achazakwa, La'ai, Yamakar, Wala'ai, Yaga, Al, Ha, Haram, Kodash, Kodashyam, Hawa, La Yahweh. Going back to the English. All right. Leviticus 27 and 22. And if any man sanctify unto the Most High a field which he had bought, which is not of the fields of his possession, then the priest shall reckon unto him the worth of thy estimation. Meaning the priests are going to set the price of the field of the brother who wants to purchase it. The priests come up with the value of the property value. The priests come up with the property value. Even unto the year of the Jubilee, and he shall give thine estimation in that day as a holy thing unto the Most High. In the year of the Jubilee, the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land did belong. So in the year of the Jubilee, if you own that land and you sell it, or you have to use your land to pay someone back, in the year of Jubilee, when your debt is cleared, that land goes back to you. You understand? You're just, down. I don't want to see down on your luck, but you owe a debt. You understand? You owe a debt. So you would use your land to pay back this debt. And in the year of the Jubilee, you would get your land back, and the person who purchased it, you'll be back the owner of that land, and your debt will be clear. You'll be clean. As I stated earlier, America doesn't do that. You get behind on them taxes here in America, they taking that land, they taking that property. The bank is coming to get that house because America is greedy. America thrives on greed because that's the way of our oppressor. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Our oppressor, what the sister say? The oppressor is just a greedy person. The sister said, using it as collateral, get a sister hand. You down on your luck. You can take a home. You can take what's it called, sis? You can take a homeowner's loan. What is it called? A mortgage loan out on your property. You know what I mean? But if you get behind on that property tax, You get behind on that debt, they coming to get that they coming to take that property back. You understand? And guess what? You're not getting it back ever, because our oppressor doesn't believe in mercy. See, the Most High God has mercy for his children, for his nation and people. You understand? The Most High God is a merciful God, and he put laws in place so it'd be fair. So brothers and sisters will always, things happen in life. We all understand that things happen in life, but for some reason, our oppressor can't understand that things happen in life. People fall down on their luck, and here we are. We we think voting is going to solve our problems, when voting has never solved any of our problems. We think that we get the taxes low enough, we think if we get health care low enough, that's going to fix our problems. It's not going to fix our problems. You know what's going to fix the problems for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Uh, Keeping the laws of the Most High God. You understand? Separating from our oppressor, and waiting for the Most High God to destroy this place. So it will be a new kingdom. So we won't have to lean on our oppressor. So we won't have to lean on these heathens. That would be the righteous thing to do. But in order to get the kingdom of God, we have to separate ourselves from wickedness, which the wickedness comes from these other heathens, from, celebrating their holidays, eating their delicacies, living your life the way that you want to live your life, or the way that they live their life, because that's their culture. We got to stop following their culture. That's the only way we're going to get the kingdom of God. My phone froze. Hold on. There we go. What's going on with that? The sister said refinance the property. Okay, so it's refinance the property. See, sis, if anybody know this sister Chapala right here, she's very resourceful, very intelligent, very intellectual sister. You know what I mean? And I brag on this sister all the time because she's very resourceful and she knows a lot of things and has a lot of connections to a lot of things, as many other sisters in the UPK. You understand? There's something special about these women in this school. They are very resourceful, very respectable, very what's the word? Virtuous. You understand? These sisters are very virtuous, and it's an honor to have sisters like these to be around. You understand? We could be around women in the world all day who don't know how to dress. These women out here don't even know how to dress. These sisters walk around with Macho Man Randy Savage outfits, and they dress like WWE wrestlers. When they go to Walmart, they dress like Hulk Hogan. Tell me I'm lying. They dress like Hulk Hogan. They don't smell good. They don't know how to talk. They can't keep a man. They're not resourceful, not in a good way. They're resourceful in other ways, but they're not resourceful in a positive way like these sisters in here, like the sister Chapala and tons of other sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. So I just wanted to big up you sisters. You know what I mean? That are hold it down, actually do hold it down, and who strive to be virtuous and are absolutely beautiful according to the Most High God. So you sisters, give yourself a hand for that. Yeah, so where did I stop? Of all that he had, but the man and the beast. Okay. I'm going to go back to verse 24. In the year of Jubilee, the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him whom the possession of the land did belong. Verse 25, and all the estimations shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel gerahs. Verse 26, only the firstling of the beast, which should be the Most High's firstling. No man shall sanctify it, whether it be an ox or sheep, it is the Most High. So the Most High always wants the first of everything. You understand? The Most High always wants the first of everything. The firstborn of everything goes to the Lord. You understand? I think I see somebody else checking in. waiting for it to pop up on my phone. I got like a little delay. But what does that say? Who's that? The sister UPK Zara. Isaiah. Get his sister a hand. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemar Latah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. I don't know why it's not popping up on my thing, but however, we're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it rocking. Why is this? I don't know. Here we go. This thing is tripping. All right, let me go back. Finish it out in English. Verse 27. And if it be an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it according to thine estimation, and shall add a fifth part of thereunto. Or if it be not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to thy estimation. Verse 28. Notwithstanding no devoted thing, that a man shall devote unto the Most High all that he had, both a man and beast, and of the field of his possession shall be sold or redeemed. Every devout thing is most holy unto the Most High. All right. So we're gonna go back to the Hebrew. We're gonna read this thing in the Hebrew, Leviticus 27 and 29. Call haram ashar ya haram man hadam la'ah ya pada mawaf ya wa math. Verse 30. Will call my shar ha-rataza my zarai ha-rataza maparya ha-aitaza la Yahweh hawa hadash la Yahweh. Verse 31. Wa'am ga'al ya ga'al ayash mama aish sharwa hamash yafwa yasap al yawa. Verse 32. Will call my Aishar, Makwar, Wataza Awan, call Ashar, Ya'ai Bar, of Haf, Hashabat, Ha'aish, Yarya, Ya, Hodash, La Yahweh. Verse 33. La'ai, Yamakwar, Bayan, Tawab, La'rai, Wala'ai, Yama, Yarnawa, Hamar, Yama, Yarnawa, Wahaya, Hawa'a, Wathamar, Marathwa, Ya Hadash La'a, Yaga'al. Verse 34. Allah Hamatazawa Hashar Tazawa Yahweh Masha Al Banya Yasha'ala Bahar Yasanya. Numbers chapter 1 verse 1. Wayadabar Yahweh Al Masha Bamadabar Sayanya Bahal Mawa'ai Baha Lachadash Hashanya Bashana Hashanya La Taza Atham Ma Rataza Matazarium La Mar. Why are you doing it? All right, Leviticus chapter 27, verse 29. None devoted, which shall be devoted of men, shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. And all that tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Most High. It is holy unto the Most High. And if a man will at all redeem aught of his tithes, he shall add thereto the fifth part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the tenth shall be holy unto the Most High. He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and the change thereof shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed. Verse 34. These are the commandments which the Most High commanded Moses for all children of Israel in Mount Sinai. So he was given, the Most High God gave, and this is the thing when you learn about the commandments, when you learn about the laws, right? All the commandments and all the laws, you have to look at it like the Israelite Constitution. You have to look at this like as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian privilege, because the Constitution written here in America, that is a privilege for your oppressor. That privilege wasn't given to you. You understand? We marched and we fought and we voted to be equal to our oppressor, and we are still not equal to our oppressor. We benefit, here for being in America. And what I mean by benefit, I'm not saying, I don't want to sound like some Christian, some old bugged out Christian, and say, well, it was good we came through slavery because look, now we get to live in the land of America. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the way that we benefited here is that we can get established. We can get established now, and now we're able to read the Bible. Now we're able to, have certain laws to where we can practice our religion, and we can practice, the little bit of freedom or liberty we do have, being an Israelite. So that's the only good thing. Your identity is still stripped. You're still being called by the oppressor's last name. Whatever your last name is, guess what? It comes from a so-called white man. You don't have the last name of your forefathers. You have the last name of your slave master. So we're still slaves here in America, whether you want to believe it, accept it or not. You understand? So we will never be equal to our oppressors. We will always be reminded that we are a second, third, fourth class citizen here in this country that we built, that we established, but they own and they rule. They own the money, they own the street signs, they own literally everything. You understand? So yeah, we are just a product of what our oppressor made us in this society. You get what I'm saying? Did I read that already? All right, Numbers chapter 1, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt. So yeah, we came up out of Egypt so we can get our culture back. So the Lord gave us our culture back. He gave us these laws. And this should be the foundation of how we live our life. Without a foundation, it's just confusion. That's what's wrong with America. America has no foundation. America just allows you to do whatever, which causes a lot of confusion. We didn't have confusion in the nation of Israel. We won't have confusion in the kingdom of God because all the rules are going to be set. And if you don't follow the rules of the Most High God, you will be judged. You will be judged in the kingdom if you don't follow the laws of the land. You don't follow the Bible. You don't keep the Constitution. You will be judged. You understand? Just letting you know for future reference, we make the kingdom, we will be judged. Now we're going back to Numbers chapter 1, verse 2. Shawa Ra'ash Kar Idaf Banya Yasha'ala Lama Shapachtham Labayaf Abatham Bama Sapar Shamawat Kar Zakar Laga Laga Latham. That one had me tongue twisted. Salaki. Verse 3. Maban, Aisharyum, Shana, Wama, Allah, Ha, Yataza, Tazaba'a, Ba Yasha'ala, Dapa Quadwa, Atham, La Taza Ba'atham, Wa Haran. Verse 4. Wa Thakam, Yaha, Yawa, Yahayawa, Ayash, Lamata, Ayash, Ra'ash, Labaya, Abba, Abath Yawa, Hawa'a, verse 5, Wa Allah, Shamawa, Ha Nashim, Ashar, Ya'ai Madwa, Atakam, Lara, Awab, Lara Ban, Alya, Tazawar, Ban, Shad Ya'awar, verse 6, Lashama Iwan, Shalom Ya'al, Ban, Tazawar, Yadwa, Yad Yashadya, Salakia, verse 7, La Yahawada, Naha Shawan, Ban, Imaya Nabad, verse 8, La Yashakar, Natha Naal, Ban, Tazawa Ayar. All right. We're going back to the English. Numbers chapter 1, verse 2. Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the numbers of their names, every male by their polls. Verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel. See, this is the thing. 20 years old and upward is when we will start the drive in Israel for the war. You had to be 20 years old and upward, and it was a cutoff age too. I believe we'll read that later on down the verses. But this just shows you that we were a nation of warriors. The Most High God is a man of war. So of course he's going to have armies, because who's going to protect the nation? Right now, we don't have an army. We have to lean on our oppressor's army. You have to go join the military and fight for the cause of your oppressor. Fight for the cause of the so-called white man. Fight for the cause of the devil. You're not fighting for righteousness in the so-called white man's army. And I'm not knocking brothers who are in the army, because a lot of us did a lot of things when we didn't know no better. We thought we were doing good. Just like we thought going to church was good. But going to church is like one of the absolute, going to church is probably one of the worst, wickedest things you can do. I know you're like, damn, what you mean the church is the most wicked thing you can do? Well, think about it. Think about what Elisha is saying. Think about what I'm saying, why church is the most wicked thing that you can do. Because we're supposed to go to church for correction, right? We're supposed to go to church for spiritual guidance. We're supposed to leave church feeling intrigued or feeling, you know, feeling the need to be closer to God. I thought that was the reason of going to church, was to get closer to the Lord. You know what I mean? To have some type of to convict your spirit and to won't make you want to go do righteousness. But the Christian church doesn't convict your spirit to do anything righteous. The Christian church tells you that you're fine the way that you are, and only God can judge you. That's what the Christian church teaches us. It don't teach us to be righteous and be holy and keep the commandments of the Lord. The Christian church don't teach that. It teaches the exact opposite. The matter of fact, they say the laws are done away with in the Christian church. So the laws are done away with in the Christian church. That means men can go out here and take advantage of women, great women. That means no one should be complaining about child molestation. No one should be complaining if someone steals from you, because the laws are done away with. You see how ignorant that sounds and how wicked that sounds? We can't pick and choose what laws are good and what laws are bad. No, we have to keep all the laws in the book. You understand? So we're going to go back to the Hebrew. Numbers chapter 1, verse 9. La Zabalawan. All your ban kawan salaki. Verse 10. The banyan yawasap la param all Yahweh la Yashamai, Ban, I'm a Hawaii, Lama Nasha, Gama Laya All, Ban, Pahar, Pada, Pada War. Verse 11. Laban, Labanyam, Laban, Laban Yaman, Labanyaman, Ba Abaya, Abayadan, Ban. Oh, Benyamnya, so like it is Benjamin, La Benyamnya, Abaya, Dan, Ban, Gada, Anya. Verse 12. Ladan, Akya, Izar, Ban, Ima, Yeshadya. Verse 13. La Shar, Paga, Yaal, Ban, Quran. Verse 14. Lagad, Al Yasap, Ban, the wa all. Verse 15. La Naftalia, Akya, Rai, Ban, Ayan. Numbers chapter 1, verse 9. Of Zebulun, Elab, the son of Halan, of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Emahud, of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedahazur, of Benjamin, Abadan, the son of Gidoni, of Dan, Ahazir, the son of Ammishaddai, of Asher, Pagal, the son of Akron, of Gad, Elisap, the son of Deuel, of Naphtali, Ahira, the son of Enan. Numbers chapter 1, verse 16 in the Hebrew. Allah, Para, Wa'aya, Ha'aida, Nashaya'aya, Matawa, Abba, Watham, Ra'ashya, Al Alakya, Yashara'al, Home. Verse 17. Wayahwak, Masha, Wa'aharan, Ha'a Nashim, Ha'ala, Ashar, Nakwabwa, Bashamawat. Verse 18. Wa'a, Kal, Ha'aida, Haqwa, Hayalba, Baha, Lachadash, Hashanya, Wayafya Ladwa, Al, Masha Pakatham, Labaya, Abathom, Mama Sapar, Shamawaf, Maban, Aisharanyum, Shana, Wama Allah, Lagala, Laglam. Verse 19. Kashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Mashab, Waya Pakwadom, Bama Debar, Yasanya. Verse 20. Wahaya Yawa, Manya, Ra'awaban, Bakar, Yasharal, Tawala, Datham, Lama Shapatham, Labayaf, Abatham, Bama Sapar, Shamawat, Lagalatham, Kal, Zakhar, Maban, Aisharanyam, Shana, Wama Allah, Ha, Yatazah, Tazabah. Verse 21. Quad Yahom, Lamata, Ra'awaban, Shasha wa Rabayim, Alap, wa Hamash, Ma'awaf. Verse 22. Labanya, Shemayawan, Dawalatum, Lama Shapatham, Labaya, Abatham, Pakwadyawa, Bama Sapar, Shamawab, Lada Laktham, Kal, Zakar, Maban, I Sharanyam, Shana, Wamala, Kal, Yatazah, Tazabah. All right, going back to the English. Back to the English. This thing tripping. Isra, Salaki. That was his sister Isla from Mississippi. Hey, sis. I can see it now. Shalom Yahweh Shema Latah B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. What's going on, sis? All right. Back to the English. These were the renown of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. Verse 17, and Moses and Aaron took these men, which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. Now you see, you understand, and now you start to understand where the I.S.U.P.K, why we do the things that we do, because everything we do is in the Bible, everything is biblical. So everything is established by the house of your father. Meaning, if your father wasn't a so-called Israelite, that means you're not a so-called Israelite. As simple as that. Also, the pedigree is showing when we come up here like for Sabbath service. If it was other brothers up here with me, the other brothers that are coming in after the two head priests, all of them will have to state their registry. That's why you like me, I would say Allah Yashaban Yahweh Bayasha Allah. I'm saying my name, Yahweh. I'm Salaki. I'm saying my name, Elisha. My name means the Most High is my power. The Lord is my strength. That's what my name means. So I'm saying Elisha, Ban, son of Yahweh. I mean, I'm from the tribe of Judah. Ban, Yasha'Allah, son of Israel. I'm stating my registry because we can't have heathens up here in the Sabbath service. We should be very prideful in who we are as a nation. And we can't have anything unclean at the table, at the tabernacle, at the table, while we're up here teaching. You understand? If you were a stranger, the priests back in ancient day will unalive you. If you were some heathen, some disgusting, stinking heathen trying to blend in with the Israelites, you say the wrong name. He said his name was Carl from the tribe of Edom. Oh man, you got to get up out of here. That's how it would be in ancient days. You say your daddy's from the tribe of who? Oh man, you gotta go. But everything we do is biblical. Even when you seen all those names that we read in the previous 7 verses, all those cats were it said officers of thousands. It didn't say officers, but they ranked, they was over, each one of those people were over, each one of those brothers were over 1,000 people. Like I'm an officer of 1,000 in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna. I'm over 1,000 people. You understand? So your rank, we don't do everything in here like the IUIC. We don't do things in here just for looks. We don't march in strong numbers just for looks, just to look good. No, we really live this Bible because this is what we believe, and this is what we know to be our inheritance. We know this to be our Black privilege. You understand? Our culture. The Bible is our culture. So only in the I.S.U.P.K will you start to understand the true culture of the Bible. And we should be honored. We should be honored as a nation to be learning their culture, because we've been up under our oppressor's thumb for so long, the so-called white man, and we're so consumed in his culture, and his culture is literally destroying us. The culture of our oppressor is literally destroying us, man. You understand? Verse 19, as the Most High commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their poles, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Like I said earlier, we're a nation of warriors. You understand? Verse 21, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Verse 22, of the children of Simeon, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So yeah, you can be a warrior here in the I.S.U.P.K. just like our forefathers, man. You understand? Get in all black. You understand? Learn your culture, take that officer's test, and come join us in the battle to wake up blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians and join the Lord's army. Don't hesitate, man. Go ahead and get up in this thing. Ain't nothing else left in the world. Donald Trump's, the way the direction America's going, we don't know when the last day of America gonna be. Donald Trump is a nut. And these oppressors are losing their goddamn mind every day. So yeah, get in here and fight. And before we get out of here, before we close, the Most High is not with America. The God of the Bible is not with the Christian church. The God of the Bible is not with the Muslim mosque. The God of the Bible isn't with the Republican Party, the Democratic Party. He's not with the FDA. He's not with none of their garbage. The Most High God is here in the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commanding General Yahanna. And if you think I'm lying, check our stats. Check the work that we put in. Check everything that we do. You understand? And, see when you check the stats, then come back to us. We can sit here and read the statistics of America and the Christian church all day. And all of them are negative. How do we know? Because we currently living in hell. And Christianity is the biggest religion in the earth next to Islam. But Islam is the second biggest religion in the earth. So if Christianity is the answer, why is the earth in hell? And with that, I mind you, just me up here. Layashal, which means to Israel. Everyone else, I mind you, which means to stand. Upon your Kodam, which means turn and face the east. Sar, which means to turn. The east is this way if you're in class. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abadawa, Shema Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamga, Yahweh, Malapaka, Taba'a, Ratazah, Haya, Shaba, Ratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Latala Nawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Masalakla Nawa, Kawa Waf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawa Wafi Nawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Anasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Hayala, Kha, Malakwa, Wa, Alaba, Hatapar, Rat, Ibalamim, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh, Baba Kashah, the thunder now, Hakat, La Pa'ah. Call Makala, will call Marawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazarayam, Hakat, La Hakim, Hamakim, Hakat, Awakawa, the Tamala, the Garshan, by Shemi Awashah, the Wada Aman. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Waha, Wayaf Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, by Hashem Yahushua, the Wada Aman. What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Mayanya, Ba'a, Isaiah, Ma'anya, Hawa, Aisha, Shemayim, Waharataza, Ayatana, Mawap, Regal, Kahayanawam, Shamar, Hanala, Ayanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamar, Yahweh, Tazal, Kaal, Yad, Yamnika, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'a, Yakaiga, Wayarak, Malaya, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kamakal, Ra, Yashamar, Apnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth thee, Salakia. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all the Mayalacha, all the Karashwa, all the Shakwat, all Yahanna, all Yabika, Yahama Yawan, Omashanaya, Kanashawa, Ra'ash, all Amika, Yarayama, Sawad, Wayatayai Tazawad, all Tazap Pawanyaka, or Mawad. Salakia, Lakawa, Wanakaki, the Mogoya, Wala Yazakar, Shem Yashala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Tazawa, Lab Yahabra, Al Yakabar Yak Yakarafwa, Ahal Yaharawam, Wayashamaoyum, Moaba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Waimawan, Wamalak, Palashap, I'm Yashabia, Tazaward, Gamashaward, Nalawai, Mam, Haya, was Orwai, Labanya Wat, Salah, Aisha, Hum, Kamadim, Kasaya Saya, Kayabia, Monachal, Hayashwan, Nashamadu, Mayanda Ra, Haya, with Damana Dama, Shayadama, Na Diablo, Kai Ra, because Abam, because Zabat, because Tazamanan, called a say a Kama, a shore, Mawana, Yerushala, now no walk, Allahayim, Allahayash, Shayadamu, Kagaga, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Tebarayara, Wakalahaba, Talahap, Haryam Khan, Teradama, Basaraka, Wabasova Patra, Tabahalom, Mala'a. Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakashwa, Shamgaya, Hawa Yabashwa, Wayabawa, IDI, Wayakaparawa, Wayabada, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Dasham Gaya, Hawa Labaka, Al Yawan, Al Kalha, Ratazaman. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Cabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasam, which perished and endured. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Horeb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. The prayer of the blessings of the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazabiyah, Alawap Yahanna, Halawapim, Hasaranyam, Hakatazayanyam, Hafayayam, Wakin Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, the Wadaman. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Sisters Yeshabia, which means to be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Oh, Salaki, before I do that. Salaki. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister, to the brothers. Salaki. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahba Shimei Shah Brakathon, Yankibatah, Sar. Face the sisters. Sisters, Imajim, which means the same. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba Shimei Awashah, Yajmatah. Dismiss.